True biblical masculinity, cultivating a heart aligned with God. Then the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. Genesis 2 verse 15. Biblical masculinity is a concept deeply rooted in the principles and values of the Bible. It is not just a set of behaviors, but a call to live in a way that reflects the image of God. Biblical men are called to be men of integrity, responsibility, honor, and loyalty, living lives that inspire and guide others to follow the same path. According to the Bible, a man should be strong and courageous, leading his family with love and justice, being a protector and provider, always seeking to honor God in everything he does. A true biblical man should also be humble, seeking God's guidance with a contrite and repentant heart. The culture of biblical masculinity values community and friendship. Men should support each other and work together to achieve common goals. Biblical masculinity is about forming strong, integral, and responsible men who are examples to others, reflecting the image of God. The man in the garden. Genesis 2 verse 15 describes the creation of man. Then the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. This verse illustrates the responsibility God gave man to care for and protect the Garden of Eden, symbolizing the responsibility of men to care for their families and communities. Biblical masculinity involves hard work and dedication, as the man was called to cultivate and keep the garden. Biblical masculinity is not just about strength and courage. It includes responsibility and dedication. The relationship with God is fundamental. Man was created in God's image and must reflect his values and characteristics, such as love, justice, wisdom, and integrity. 7 points of biblical masculinity. Leadership. Men are called to lead their families and communities with courage, integrity, and wisdom. Protection. Men are to protect and care for their wives and children. Honor. Men must honor God and others, even when it requires sacrifice. Integrity. Biblical masculinity is based on honesty, justice, and faithfulness. Strength. Men are seen as strong and courageous, facing challenges with determination. Responsibility. Biblical masculinity involves making decisions and acting responsibly. Humility. Biblical men practice humility, acknowledging their weaknesses and seeking growth. The meaning of a biblical man. Being a godly biblical man means having a strong relationship with God and following biblical principles. This includes studying the Bible, praying, and living according to its teachings. A biblical man is an example of faith, seeking constant spiritual growth. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. Psalm 1 verses 1 to 3. A biblical man is also a loving husband, caring for his wife according to biblical teachings, being faithful, respectful, and understanding. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Ephesians 5 verse 25. Being a good father means being responsible and present in the lives of your children, guiding them in the right way, and teaching them biblical values. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22 verse 6. Being a faithful friend means being loyal and trustworthy, supporting others in times of need. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Proverbs 17 verse 17. Positioning, heart, action, and truth. Jesus warned about hypocrisy, as seen in Matthew 15 verses 7 to 9. You hypocrites! Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you. These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules. True biblical masculinity demands that our hearts and actions be aligned with the divine purpose. The Christian's heart must be aligned with their actions, for the truth, when connected to our heart and aligned with our actions, pleases God. Faith without works is dead. James 2 verse 26. We must always examine ourselves. Examine yourselves to see whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves.
1 Coríntios 11 horas e 28.
Conclusion. Being a godly biblical man is a constant journey that requires effort and dedication. It is not about perfection, but about striving for perfection and being aware of our mistakes and sins. When we err, we must confess to God and seek His grace and forgiveness. Being a godly biblical man is a blessing not only for ourselves, but also for our families, friends, and communities. By living a Christian life, we can help change the world and make a difference in the lives of those around us. May we seek God's direction and be godly biblical men, living our lives to glorify the Lord and make the world a better place. God created you in the garden to care for and keep it, reflecting His image in everything we do.